Hello, happy Monday lunchtime. I hope you are all well today. I'm going to give it a few minutes while I see if anyone can join me today. My name is Zoe. I am half of Cricut Inspire. My working wife is Oriana. She is currently in Germany, so I'm hoping she doesn't join the live, but you just never know. Sometimes Oriana sneaks on when she shouldn't. Hi Helen, hi Diane. Hi Sarah, Lauren Rooney, hello. Oh, there are people, that's always nice. A bit nicer to talk to you rather than talk to nobody. So I was just saying that Oriana at the moment is in Germany. So if you see her in the comments, tell her to go away. She needs to be enjoying her time with her grandma in Germany. If you are willing to help me share this live out, then tap the like button whenever you can, and that helps more people find us in future. So today I am going to be doing a little Valentine's garland, and I want to show you how simple it is to just use one simple shape and then create some different things. We did talk about me using my sewing machine. I think I'm going to save that for another time, sorry. I just feel like lots of people don't have a sewing machine, and that would be unfair of me. Oriana, go away and enjoy your time in Germany, my lovely. What are you doing here? So yes, as I've explained, Oriana is my work wife. I'm allowed to talk to her like that. She's here. Tell her to go away. Thank you, Lorraine. Zoe said, go away, be with your relatives. Be told. Right, let's crack on. So today we're going to have a little Valentine's theme. I am sticking to one design and showing you 3 different ways in which you could use that. So I'm going for the simple. Let's go for this one. I'm more of a this, but I'm aware that I'm getting old and other people do it different ways. We could do it together on screen, couldn't we? Anyway, let's crack on. So today, resources wise, I thought I would try and keep it as cost effective as possible. So I am using the cardstock. So I've got various cardstocks from all over the place. I tend to buy mine from Hobbycraft. I buy the pads. I've also got the Cricut cardstock, which is textured. It's got a lovely kind of textured side and a smooth side. I really love the Cricut cardstock when I can get that. And also I think I've got some from Pink Frog. We have a friend who is always advocating for them, so have a look at them as well. Let me just check I haven't missed anything. Hi everybody. Shall we ignore Oriana? Don't ignore her. Just hope she goes away. Sorry Oriana, you know I don't mean it. We love you. Right, so 3 different projects. Let's get cracking. So with this design, let me unplug my laptop, connect things up, especially in this wind. You can't tell. I'm in southeast London. Is it windy by you? Let me see if I can reverse my mirror. There we go. So on Design Space, I had a simple heart shape, and then I offset that heart shape to make it slightly larger, and I've just added 2 little holes. Now those are going to be, because we're making a garland and we're going to piece it together so that it will hang at the end. So using cardstock, I have got the Cricut textured cardstock. Now I've cut that one already. I don't know if you'll be able to see the texture. I'll go even closer. Not necessarily. So it's textured, slightly textured on one side and then smooth on the other side. So I've already cut the larger ones out. And then I've also got some cardstock from Hobbycraft. So I'm going to cut that first. So I'm just cabling myself back in, just in case that wind throws us out. In fact, if this live goes dark, it's because my whole shed has blown away in the wind. So keep an eye on me. Right, so I'm going to make it. I'm choosing to cut cardstock. Cardstock has to be cut on the mat. So we are going to be using a blue mat today. And then I'm just going to up my project number so that I can cut lots of them. So although I've only got one heart on my screen, I am actually cutting 20 of them to make a nice garland. So I'll wait for that to talk to my machine. Now, today I am going to be using my Maker 3. So I've got the Cricut Maker 3. However, you could cut cardstock on a Joy, the Joy Extra, the Explore family, so Explore, Explore 2, Explore 3, or the Maker 3. And for that you will need just your standard fine point blade. I'm also going to use my Brayer today. I used a ruler because I wanted to just measure how big I could get my hearts and how many I could fit onto a sheet of A4, because for me, I like to maximise what I can get on there. I'm going for pink today. Pink, as you can see in my branding, lives strong. I'm also going to be using some red liner tape, so this is just double-sided sticky tape. I'll be using foam pads today and some scissors. So on the machine, I have selected medium cardstock. So I've got my machine here. And like I said, I'm going to be using my blue mat. So remove the protective layer off your mat. Keep that somewhere clean and tidy, ready to put back on again afterwards. And then I'm going to put the pink cardstock in that top left corner. And I'll use my brayer to make sure that I adhere that well to the mat. When you put your mat into the machine, you make sure it goes under the white clips either side, and then you're just going to feed that under. So I'm going to gently hold it, encouraging it into the machine. Press the load button. That will calibrate to make sure that you have got the correct blade, that you've got the right size of material. And then, Diane, love the colour of the card. Yes, so do I. I think this card was from Hobbycraft, a bulk of rainbow colours, and I've picked all the pinks out. And then once it's calibrated, you press go and it will cut for you. So that is cutting hearts out for me. Let's bring you back over here. Let's see. What are we making? So today, Black Nature 82, we are making a Valentine garland. I'm going to piece together some hearts and add them to some wool to make a garland. But I've got two bonus projects for you using the same shapes. One is from Cat Madeira, who is amazing. One of our favourites. If you have any questions, put them in the comment below, and Oriana or myself, even though Oriana should be enjoying herself in Germany, we will help you. Nikki, what GSM is your card? Now, I would love to tell you, but I have a habit of taking the packaging off and storing it in my paper tray, so I don't know. It's a medium weight though. I haven't gone for anything too thick, and that's because I'm actually doing 2 layers. So when you are removing anything from the mat, you flip your mat over and peel your project back. And the reason we do that, let me put that out of the way. The reason we do that is so that our cardstock doesn't kind of roll and bend. We want it to be nice and flat. So I've now got lots of flat hearts ready for my banner. I also have a beautiful cutout. I sometimes like to think of projects I can do with that extra cut off. So I now have my original pink heart, and then I have an offset pink heart that I've put 2 holes in, and this one is going to sit over the top when we have created it. You could put some beautiful iron-on initials over the top maybe, or some handwritten. You could use the glitter pens to write on that top heart. That would be beautiful as well. However, I would like to use this bunting for birthdays as well, so I'm not actually going to add anything Valentine's on mine. Just checking I haven't missed anything. Okay, let's get piecing together. When you have a ball of wool and you can't find the end, you can virtually guarantee they have tucked it into the top. So if I pull, I'm hoping the end will be there. I'm going to come out with this gem of information and it won't be there. There we go, it is. So you would need to decide how long your project was going to be. Oh, I've got a knot. I'll cut it off for speed. Just declining all of these requests to join me on the live. So I'm going to go for a couple of arm's lengths. I can always make it smaller afterwards. So do any of you do anything for Valentine's? Let me know in the comments. My husband and I don't really, not very romantic. We don't do Valentine's. However, move you. I do Valentine's with my boys. So I do make things to make Valentine's Day special for them, because I want them to know that it should be special for other people. So I'm training them. So if you're a girl mum, or a boy mum actually, I am training my boys to be good people as well. So I'm going to feed the thread through one hole and then bring it back through the other. Now I want my textured heart to sit at the front. So I've got a slight texture here, which in real life it's really nice. And then later on, I'm going to stick my heart over the top so you won't particularly see where that string is. And the back of my heart, you can see the line like that. So I'm just going to continue threading my hearts onto here. Oriana, what do you do for Valentine's? Diane, always give presents to my babies and grandbabies. Yes, it's not that I don't like Valentine's. I absolutely do. It's just my husband and I don't really do it for each other. And by that I mean Valentine's. He's a very special man and I do love him dearly. We get a card each. If he's lucky, I'll make one. But other than that, so I'm just feeding these hearts. And obviously when you make your garland, you can decide how big the gap is between the hearts. So you might want to spread them out, or you might want to have them overlapping slightly. The choice is yours. I'm going to stop after 5, but I will be doing 20. And then I'll take a photo to show you what it is like. So just a reminder, I'm making a Valentine's banner. I'm going to put it up for when my, oh, I've gone the wrong way. I'm going to put it up for my children on Valentine's morning. In the past, I have also cut hearts out and I've written, it was was it pre-Cricut? No, just lazy, well, didn't do it with my Cricut machine. I wrote on all of the hearts. So I've got 3 boys. Each boy had a different colour of cardstock and I wrote a message of why I love them. And I stuck them on their bedroom doors so that when they got up in the morning, they each had reminders of why their daddy and I love them so much. So that's a nice thing to do with hearts as well, keep it simple. So I've got my chain of hearts like that. Ariana is tempted to do a fancy dinner table this year. Ooh, do! Definitely take photographs. Ariana has got so many beautiful table decorations that she has created for the Valentines. It's about time her husband benefited from some of those decorations. Right, I'm going to use foam pads. I've got these ones at the moment and they are in kind of square blocks. So what I'm going to do to make my life easier is I'm just going to cut them, you can see, into strips. I'm just making thin strips and I'm going to use one either side of the heart. So I'll just whip through a couple. Let me know in the comments what else you do. Do you do things for your children? Do you do things for yourself and your friends? Do you treat yourself? I feel like I should start treating myself on Valentine's. Maybe that's the way forward. Maybe my husband would pick up on things that I might quite like. Let's see. Helen, do it. Right, I will. I'm going to do it. I'm going to treat myself. I'll put it on our Instagram page, whatever I choose to do. I might decorate for myself. It's going to involve chocolate. I just know it will. Buy that item you always wanted. Oh, Lisa, you're such an enabler. I can't afford the stuff that I would really want. I'd really love a day to myself without my children. Sometimes. Spa day would be nice. Right, this cardstock I think is from Hobbycraft. It's just a medium type cardstock. I'm just going to add a sticky pad onto the back. Now it's the same front and back, so it doesn't matter. I don't have, let me show you what I'm doing in a moment. So I'm just going to add those two sticky back pads. So it's a double-sided sticky pad. And it's just going to give that little bit of depth. I thought rather than taping or gluing this down, oh, it's always the case, isn't it? When you're live, you can't get that top sticky bit off. A protective paper. Oh my days. I've lost my train of thought as well. Go for it, check into a hotel. Oh, yes. I keep, you know when you see something on TikTok or Instagram and you click on it and watch the whole reel? I keep seeing mums that are doing that. They're just taking themselves off to a hotel for a night. Having a bath or a shower, sitting in a bed all to themselves. Nice and dark room. Right. I'm going to do this based on what I can see on the screen. I'm going to stick my other heart. Now the contrast isn't huge on here. No, I'm going to have to look what I'm doing. But I've gone for two different shades of pink just to give it that little bit of extra depth. So I've got my pad in the middle, the textured card underneath and the plain cardstock on top. And this can still, depending on where you put your sticky pad, can still slide along your string so you can decide whereabouts you would like to position it. So if I just add a few more and then that one is done temporarily, we can do more things. Let me do it. I put this down so you can see. But I am definitely a crafter that likes to keep things simple. I love simple designs. I love simple applications so that I'm not spending hours and hours, because quite frankly, sometimes I just want the satisfaction of something that's stunningly gorgeous but really simple. I don't make to sell, but if I did make to sell, I would absolutely be thinking about how long something takes me to make in order to keep those profit margins down. What time are we on? 10 to. Lisa, want me to bring mine back then? Ooh. Something's going on there. Lorraine, is it? Maybe and Lisa. Have you been borrowing each other's stuff? I missed that. Hi, Harry. Hello, Hampshire wife. I'm glad you like it. So I'm just going to do this last one. You get the gist. So I've got 3 at the moment. I'm going to, when I finished making it, I have cut 20 of these hearts out. And then they can be positioned on a piece of cord or a piece of wool or a piece of ribbon. and you've got a really simple, beautiful Valentine's banner. So from the back, it's still nice and tidy, and from the front, you have that kind of little bit of extra depth rather than just doing one. The sewn version I was going to do is you can actually sew through cardstock. So I was just going to position these a little bit like that and just sew through each layer, leaving a slight gap in between. Whoops. If you sew through the middle all the way down, you can then dangle them from the ceiling. Just use some washi tape or something, and you can have them floating down from your ceiling. I think that looks beautiful as well. Lisa, getting her joy out of the bag and saw her cake topper and should have seen her daughter's face. Oh, I hope in a good way. I think I've missed something. Card toppers are beautiful, made with cardstock as well. Cardstock is such an underrated product, I think. I don't use it nearly as much as I could, and then when I do things like this, I'm like, honestly, Zoe, do some more. So that's our Valentine's garland, but I am all for a theme and keeping things simple, so let's do something else as well using that heart design. So I have already cut out a design from Cat Madeira. Now after the live, I will go to our Instagram feed, which is Cricut Inspire, and I will put a link to this project, Cat's project. So this is going to be a box that we can put treats inside. So it starts like this. I needed my scoring, well, I'm using my maker, so you could use your scoring wheel. And if you have a machine that's not a maker or you don't have the scoring wheel, you can use the scoring stylus, which is just kind of a blunt end like that. If you have the Joy though, and you don't have the option to use a scoring stylus, you could use the foiling tool, because that's also a blunt end. Just don't put any foiling, any foil over the top. Just use the tool, and that will also use a scoring stylus. So the design already has these score lines on it that you use to bend your paper or score your paper, and then you can fold neatly. And then you're just going to go along. Now, normally I would do this on a table. I quite often use my scraper to make sure that my folds are like really sharp. But we're on a live and time is ticking and people's lunch times are only short. So I'm just going to do it by hand for now. So you can see this is starting to come together. And then I'm going to add a piece of tape to this section. So the red liner tape is a double-sided sticky tape. This one is from Pink Frog Crafts. And I've got to be honest, it's the first time I have used this particular tape. Came highly recommended. So we'll give it a go. So we've got the red tape. I'm going to position that on the tab. I'm going to press it down really hard and then peel back the red liner. Lorraine, I don't work Mondays. Yes, Lorraine, perfect day to come and join us live then. Right, I'm just going to fold that section on top of that liner tape. Make sure I line it up beautifully, and then I'm just going to get my thumbs inside and make sure that's pushed down. So again, I would usually work on my table. Right, do as I say, not as I do. And we're beginning to get this beautiful design. Kat always designs her boxes with these really simple flap closures. So you take the one that's like a H rugby, what's the rugby posts? That one goes in first. Then you've got the two side ones that look like that. You fold those in and the bottom bits tuck under. So you've ended up like that. And then this one slides into there like an envelope. They always work perfectly and don't need tape or glue unless you're putting something heavy in there. Now, she has designed this with the double hearts again, just like my banner. That's why I thought perfect use, because it fits in. So the heart is a slightly different shape. Quite frankly, my boys are not going to notice that. And I'm going to put, for speed, just one piece of tape onto the back. You could use double-sided sticky, you could use glue. I quite like to have a little bit of depth. So a foam tape works perfectly for this. Gosh, these foam pads are playing me up today. Peel the protective layer off and then you add those hearts into place. So you're now getting the same effect that we had for our banner. Oh, for the box as well. Love, 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 love. Let me add one more, but there are 4 in total. I'm just aware that some of you might need to go. Let's have a look if I've missed anything. Lisa, I've never done a live on Instagram. Is the same like this? Absolutely the same. So again, you position the heart, and these could be any colour. You don't have to have, doesn't have to be cardstock. You could do some really beautiful glitter iron-on. That would look stunning in this position as well. And then you just get a piece of ribbon or a piece of wool. I'll use some ribbon because I've got some, but it's only thin. Once you put your treats inside, you would then take your ribbon, wrap that round, tie yourself a bow, and it comes together beautifully. Kat Madeira's projects, if Oriana is still with us, hopefully she can pop down Kat's username. Kat is well worth following. So you just, I'll do my others later, but then you've got a gorgeous box, or you could add some hearts onto the side here. I think that would look pretty. I'm definitely thinking some glitter iron-on or vinyl would look good there. So we've now got our box, our banner, and then I just thought, you know what, sometimes the simplest additions can be the most effective. We could just put the same hearts that we cut out of for the banner and make a card as well. It can go in the middle, it could go slightly off centre. What do we think, middle or off centre? I'll add some tape while I wait for you to give me some heads up. I'm going to use the foam pads again because I really do like that depth. The scraper tool is best for loving matchy-matchy. I'm addicted to a matchy-matchy present. Once I'm in, I'm all in. I just never find the time to do as much as I really should and would like to. I'm always sewing as well. I'm creating sewing patterns and teaching sewing, so my focus this month has been my subscription box, and then next month I go back to thinking about Cricut, and then the month after it will be sewing, and then the month after it will be Cricut. So, and then let's face it, with me being lastminute.com, this week's focus has to be tax return. Has anyone done theirs? Any businesses on here? Are you Smuggy Smuggerson and did yours in April? I did not. So what are we thinking? In the middle or offset off to the side, do we think? Let me have a look. Lisa, you have lots of shimmer to use. Yes, shimmer can be a monkey to cut or transfer, but actually heart shapes, something simple, would look beautiful. This banner would look amazing with felt. I absolutely wanted to do it in felt. I didn't have the colours that would give it justice. I could maybe put the boy's name on it. I could, but I'm thinking I want to use it all year, and I've got 3 boys and that's a lot. Even on a Cricut cutaway it would look lush. Middle, off centre, middle, always middle. When is the sewing machine coming out? Middle, middle. You're people after my own heart. I am definitely a middle girl. I'm wishing though I had brought, you know those tape rollers? I've got one of those in my studio somewhere. That would be a little bit quicker than this, but I think as well this could have been bigger, or I could have cut my own card. So this is one of the pre-cut square cards. What's that? Something Companion, Craft Companion? I think they're Craft Companion cards, these ones. I always have a large stash in my studio for the children I teach. They sometimes apply fabric shapes onto theirs. I'm going to eyeball the middle, which will upset some of you, I know. Kind of upsets me if I'm honest. There we go. So just adding a little bit of depth. We could add on a few more layers, we could put things around the outside, but it goes beautifully with our little gift. So I've got a gift, I have a card. I blatantly can't do all three. A gift, a card, and a decoration. And that is Valentine's well and truly on the way to being organised for me and my children. I hope it has inspired you to get making. Like I said, sometimes simple is best. I just like to stick to one shape and then I run with it. If you need any help in the future, you can absolutely join one of our workshops. You can find us at Cricut Inspire. In our bio, I think we have a link to our ticket tailor. I'd highly recommend you come and find us on Facebook though. Join our Facebook group rather than the page. In the group, we always keep you up to date with workshops that we're running. Sometimes they're based on design space to get the most out of it. Sometimes they're on a material. If it's a material, we take you through the basics of that material and then we go up and up and up and we multi-layer to get you super confident with that material. We would love to see you. Smile and pose with your projects, please. I'll try. It was looking a little bit ropey, the weather. I think it's because you're going to be lovely and do a screenshot. I'll probably take a photograph afterwards though, because I'm not sure I can do all three. Let's go like this. Hopefully you have had the best of times. If your lunchtime is over, thank you for spending it with me, and we hope to see you next week. We will be live every Monday lunchtime. Next week Oriana will be with us. She'll be back from Germany. She'll talk all about something gorgeous and get you inspired to get making. We look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.